Prophetic road signs. The pathway of life is filled with many road signs. Some say U-turn, some say roundabout, some say caution, give way, yield, men at work, or even some may say danger ahead. No matter what they are saying, we can either choose to follow their instructions or foolishly ignore their themes. Serving God is the same way. He shows us signs and even gives us symbols of who and what to look out for in our spiritual journey called life. He gives us the power to choose our friends, our soulmates, jobs, and even what to do with our own bodies and the almanac called time. He gives us the spiritual blueprint in His Word of what we all need to do to please Him without the risk of worshiping others. He shows us how being a friend of this world will bring enmity between Him and us. He showed us how it is better to obey His word than to offer up sacrifices. He showed us if we hearken diligently to His voice and to His command, that He would give us the good of this land. He showed us how to give and even how to forgive. He showed us how to sow, reap, plant, pluck up, build, and how to break down. He showed us how to love by giving His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. And He showed us a greater power by raising Him up from the grave on the third day. He showed us how to pray, how to worship, how to grow daily in Him. He showed us the beginning and the end of all things, repeating it throughout the corridors of His word. And he showed us that He is truly Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, the first and the last of all things. He showed us that He is and was Elohim, the Creator, and the one who existed and the one who still exists today. He is before all things, and He will be the end of all things. He showed us how a man should love his own wife and give himself for her as Christ did for the church. And He also showed us how a woman should submit herself to her own husband in the fear of God. He showed us that understanding that submission is not domination, neither is it segregation, separation, or abuse, but rather He showed us that submission and true submission is each one submitting to the divine will, call, and purpose of God in our lives. He showed us that it is coming under each other's vision and causing our truest purpose to be realized, and that the will of God be fulfilled. He even showed us how children ought to obey their parents in the Lord. He showed us the difference between religion and relationship, bondage instead of freedom, life over death. He showed us, praise God, how not to have hatred and rather to have peace. That He showed us, praise God, that which is right instead of that which is wrong. He showed us what brings healing and what causes sickness and pain. He showed us true success instead of earthly gain. He showed us that there is a right way up, but you don't need to choose the wrong way down. He shows us, praise God, He showed us how to have liberty and not be lost. Instead, He showed us how to be found. He showed us, He said, this is the corridor of life. This is how you will make it in this world and how you will do life excellently well. You see, God Himself has plans for us, and He has wrapped them all up in time, and He leaves it up to us. Either we will decide to obey Him or to do our own thing. We choose either to serve God over man. We choose to make man our idol or to keep God as forever our king. We choose value over cost. We choose love over lust, and we even choose virtue over money and material gain. Everyone is given a level of choice, and we decide what we do with it, and our decision will then determine our spiritual destiny. We are given the same measure of fate, but what we do with it will determine our fate and our outcome in life. So we must choose either to obey the signs of U-turn, right turn, roadblock ahead, or detour. We choose, my friend, either to turn around or to keep on going forward. We choose to merge, to go one way, or to take the highway. We must all make this choice today to read and heed our prophetic divine road signs.